What's happening, Nation? It's Joe Q. Week 1 is finally upon us. I am so jacked up right now, I cannot even put it into words. We are finally going to get to see the starters on both sides of the ball. I really want to see how this shit looks with all these dudes on the field at the same damn time. And I know a lot of people are going to be like, oh man, look what happened to the Rams. They didn't start any of their starters all preseason and they fucking blew it. Yeah, they did completely blow it, but that's not because they didn't play their starters. That's because that team is about to implode. Mark my words on that. But we have a huge divisional matchup week 1. This game should not be taken lightly for any damn reason at all. The Chargers offense last season was borderline elite, and they have completely revamped this defense, and they are looking good as shit. And I understand that Jackson is not going to end up playing in this game, and that is a big win for us, but they're still going to have Asante Samuel Jr. They still have Callahan that's going to be keyed up completely on Renfro this entire game. We just have to be able to take Mac Hollins and have him take advantage of the fact that he's going to be playing against, most likely, Michael Davis going into this game. I really think that is going to be one of the big matchups in this game that could be a win for us. And there's a few other key matchups that I want to touch on because I really think these are going to be the difference makers that come down to winning or losing this game. The first one I want to talk about is Nate Hobbs versus Mike Williams. This is going to be a huge matchup in this game. I'm honestly expecting Rock Ya-Sin to play Keenan Allen pretty damn well, but this matchup between Williams and Hobbs is going to be the one to watch. I think Hobbs has what it takes to be able to not completely shut him down, but keep him out of this game enough to where he's not a factor as far as the Chargers running up the scoreboard on us. But Hobbs is going to have to step up and play one hell of a game. The next matchup, and I know it's painfully obvious, it's going to be Mack and Bosa going up against the right side of our line, upheld by Illuminor and Lester Cotton. This is going to be huge the entire freaking game. Both of our teams are going to be attacking the right side of the offensive line. If you were going to rank the top 5 pass rushing duos in football, Mad Max and Jones would be at 1, and then Bosa and Mack would be at number 2. Our offensive line is going to have their work cut out for them all damn day. And I guarantee you're going to see a pretty big dose of Foster Moreau in this game because we're going to be running a hell of a lot of 2 tight ends to be able to chip one of those dudes. Colton Miller will pretty much be able to lock down whoever is on his side. Somebody might slip through one time in this game, but that right-hand side, they're going to need help. You're going to have to stick somebody over there, whether it's Waller chipping or you have Foster over there just legitimately helping that right tackle the entire damn game. I would not be surprised by that. The trenches are going to be what wins or loses this game tomorrow. The next big matchup is James versus Waller. These guys have gone head-to-head on more than one occasion, and they have bested each other on more than one occasion. I really want to see how this one ends up playing out. I'm expecting Waller to come out there and ball out after getting his big-ass contract and magically not being injured anymore. The only thing that was hurting on that man was his pocketbook, and the Raiders have fixed that shit. And I am happy as hell about that because no one deserved that contract more than Darren Waller. Congratulations on getting paid, sir. You totally earned it and you totally deserve it. Now it's time to get out there and get some fucking work done. The next big matchup is Callahan versus Renfro. The only reason the Chargers went out and signed Callahan is because we have Hunter Renfro. Over his first few seasons, Callahan has solidified himself as one of the best slot corners in football. He plays extremely well against tight ends, and he plays extremely well against those shifty, fast little slot receivers. The only difference is he's playing against the best fucking slot receiver in football right now. We all know that Renfro is going to get what's coming to him. There is no one in this league that can stop that from happening. The only thing I'm worrying about with Renfro is the fact that he's still our fucking punt returner for some reason. For the love of God, stick Tyron Johnson back there. He'll be fine. Just let him return the punts. I promise you everything will be okay. Another matchup I'm really excited to see, and to be completely honest with you, I don't even know if this one's actually going to happen, but if I was running this defensive side of the ball, I would have Diablo and Brown covering Gerald Everett this entire game. Whatever side Everett lines up on, they pick up that coverage respectfully, and that gives our safeties a chance to be able to back up and kind of help over the top as far as Allen and Williams go. This is where the benefit of having some good-ass fast linebackers really comes into play. And by allowing those linebackers to take over coverage of the tight end, it frees up Abram to play the middle of that damn defense and be the predator that he is supposed to be. And then you float Merrick over the back, who has the speed to go side to side, and that defense is going to be looking fast as shit tomorrow. I really only have one concern going into tomorrow's game, and it's Austin Eckler. We have watched that dude tear our asses up over the past 2 or 3 seasons, and it is slowly driving me insane. But I really think we finally have a defense right now that is fast enough and complete enough to where we should be able to keep his impact on this game as low as possible. That dude is going to eat at some point throughout this game. That is a given. That shit is going to happen. But at some point, we have to put a cap on that and get our asses above it. As far as my final prediction goes, if you have Carr or Herbert on your fantasy team, start them tomorrow. This is going to be a fucking air show. These guys are going to light that shit up the entire game. It's going to go back and forth. It's going to be incredibly high scoring. The first or second quarter is going to be a little bit slow just because these guys are finally coming together on the field for the first time. But by the time that second half starts, these guys are going to be lighting shit up. So be ready for that. I'm expecting a high scoring, explosive game with the Raiders pretty much having home field advantage since we're playing in LA, and I love that shit. I love how we take over LA every single time we go there. I'm expecting that entire audience to be in silver and black. And you know, with regardless of how good the Chargers are or have became, that shit eats them up knowing that they have to look around and even when they score, they're getting booed. But we have to win the trenches tomorrow. There is no way around that. Whichever quarterback has more time in this game is going to be the team that wins this game. And both of our offensive lines on the right-hand side are looking weak as shit right now, especially when you're going up against the best of the best. As far as my final score prediction goes, I really think this game's going to come down to a field goal at the end, but I'm expecting a lot of points to be scored before that. I'm really thinking it's going to end up being Raiders 38, Chargers 35. And I expect first blood to be drawn by the Raiders. It's going to be Carr to Adams, and we are all going to lose our shit, and then the Chargers are going to respond, and then it's just going to continue on after that. This is going to be one hell of a game, nation, so let me know your thoughts on it. Please hit me up in the comments section. Let me know if there's any key matchups that you thought that I did miss. But we're about to be 1-0 in first place in our division because the other two dipshits aren't playing divisional games. We are about to start this thing off right, man. I'll be back tomorrow night with my raw reaction, but until then, I'm Joe Q. I really appreciate y'all checking out another one. If you could click that like on your way out, it really does help me out. We'll catch y'all tomorrow.